Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear, and I might sneeze in just a second, so I apologize in advance for that I pushed go live right as I had to sneeze. We are still working on Henry VI Part 3, and today we get to hear from King Henry, who according to some is the king, according to others is not, because Edward, formerly King Edward, formerly the son of the Duke of York, who was killed by the Queen and by Clifford now being dead, Edward in the town of York was proclaimed king yesterday or a couple days ago, because if he didn't proclaim himself king or didn't admit to being king, if he just said that he was the Duke of York, which is what he said in order to get into the town, then he was going to lose the support of Montgomery, who's one of the only guys that he has left, because Warwick and Clarence and Somerset are all on the side of King Henry at this point. So at the beginning of Act 4, Scene 8, which is the one that we're in right now, we have Warwick and we have the king and we have Clarence and we have Exeter and we have a whole bunch of guys sitting around, and they're like, okay, so what do we do? What's the plan? And yesterday we had Warwick sort of doling out the plan, and it was like, you go north and get people, you go west and get people, you go south and get people, like everybody get your peeps together and we're gonna go and we're gonna fight Edward. And everybody swears fealty once again to King Henry, and then they go off their separate ways to gather their peeps, leaving just Henry and Exeter. And Henry asks Exeter, he's like, do you think we have a shot? And Exeter is like, yeah, like we have a strong enough army for that. We could totally win. And King Henry says, that's not my fear. My meed hath got me fame. I have not stopped mine ears to their demands, nor posted off their suits with slow delays. My pity hath been balm to heal their wounds. My mildness hath allayed their swelling griefs. My mercy dried their water-flowing tears. I have not been desirous of their wealth, nor much oppressed them with great subsidies, nor forward of revenge, though they much erred. Then why should they love Edward more than me? No, Exeter, these graces challenge grace. And when the lion fawns upon the lamb will never cease to follow him. Oh, it's just this heartbreaking little moment where he's like, I think that I've been a good king. I've been mild and I've been kind and I've been helpful. So why are so many people supporting this other guy for king? That's the part that he doesn't understand right now, which is kind of heartbreaking, because he thinks that, Edward is being cruel the way that a lion would be to a lamb. And he's afraid that his people, the lambs, are gonna get slaughtered in the meantime, because he saw the father who had killed his son and the son who had killed his father. He's seeing all of the horrible effects of war. So yeah, it's a little heartbreaking, very human moment that we get to have with the king. But of course we don't get to sit in it very long, because King Edward shows up and arrests him, takes him prisoner, and they cart him off to the Tower. And then Exeter is like, if we hurry, we can get to Coventry where Warwick is and cut him off at the pass and just be done with the whole thing. And that's how Act 4, Scene 8 ends. So tomorrow, I believe tomorrow we get to be in Act 5. I know I told you once before that we got to be in Act 5. Yes, tomorrow we get to hear from Clarence in Act 5, Scene 1, and I will see you tomorrow for that. Mwah.